Today, we are going to be talking about Notion AI. I do not have a script for this video or a guide, but I'm going to be taking you into my account and showing you 3 or 4 separate use cases that I love with Notion AI since I started using it about 8 months ago or 6 months ago, and I really love them for these specific things. Now, what's really insane here is the fact that you have the power of databases alongside Notion's AI that you can then marry together to create whatever you want. There are limitations, there are some challenges, and we're going to talk about that. But I am going to try to do my best to walk you through valuable use cases and also point out where this is really there's just a huge advantage. And we might talk a little bit about custom agents and why have custom agents still not been released, especially with OpenClaw and ClaudeBot already being out there, and I'm using that right now and it's really cool. But custom agents would make Notion AI a lot better, and we have been waiting a long time, somewhat like we're waiting for Apple's AI intelligence as well. Quick interruption to our original video here. I filmed this about a week ago where there was no sign of custom agents coming anytime soon. It has been months. And out of the blue, today, Notion released custom agents. So I am going to continue with this video because there's so much in here about Notion AI in general that's so powerful. And I'm going to do a separate video on custom agents that I will link down below as well for you to access once that goes live. Now, let's get back to the original clip. For now, we're going to focus in on Notion's core AI, not the custom agents, and I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know, whether this is a work scenario for a corporation, Fortune 500, whether this is you're a founder and you're trying to figure out, is this the best use case for you, whether you're just like a freelancer and you want to really get the most out of it, or you just love Notion. Any of those are going to be great for this video. So we're going to walk through 4 different use cases. One of them is going to be on how I create written content. One of them is going to be how I manage a client's video content. Another one is going to be, let me take a look at what I got. I have how I have an intake form and work with brands, and so that may be useful for you whether you're working with clients, and how you do things internally, and how I built all of this too. It's like really crazy at how powerful and easy it is. I just want to give you a little background too. Again, I'm not scripting this video. I'm just going through it right now. I sold a company based on basically what I built in Notion, and that was before Notion AI. And so if you could just understand for a minute here, being able to structure databases properly and build an account and do everything you want inside of Notion, then that becomes where your team interacts, and you could build whatever you want, however you want, with whatever pages, databases, the number of databases, connected databases, just as insane. And I'm so excited to chat through this. So for now, let's get into a realistic workflow. We're going to start with publishing written content with Notion AI. This is going to be really interesting, and we're going to get into it. All right, so what you're looking at here, everything has been generated by AI. So this entire database, which you could see, there's a ton of information. This is all generated by this little guy in the corner right here. Now, a little backstory, because we have to get to where we are now by understanding how this works. First of all, you could personalize your AI agent. You could then also, from there, once you personalize the agent, you could make adjustments. You could say, hey, here are some connected apps. Here are some other things you could pull from. Can you make changes to the pages or not? You could do that. Search the web, different apps. There's a lot of different things you could source here. You could link Notion Mail, Notion Calendar. Really, really cool. You could also go here and say which AI tool, which LLM do you want to use? Now, this is really powerful because you may be able to actually eliminate spending $20 with Claude a month or ChatGPT and just spend it with Notion and get the best of both worlds while also having access to even more. So I haven't personally done that because I use Claude a lot and I really love Claude, but a lot of people have talked about that if you just pay for Notion, you get access to all the best LLMs inside of here. I currently pay for Claude, Gemini, and my Notion account, alongside a bunch of other things. But I'm a content creator, so this is kind of my life. All right, let's go into personalizing. Now, this is a great and terrible experience at the same time. As you can see here, these are my instructions for this agent, and it is my Threads content creator agent. And I'm going to show you the instructions, but right before I get there, I just want to say, I don't know why Notion doesn't offer like 5 of these personalities. There's a guy on YouTube, he's so smart and he's done a fabulous job with this, but basically he's built this way of telling the agent how to go in and then find like sub agents to then do specific work, which is cool, but it's so complicated. It's just so complicated. It doesn't need to be. It's just like in Claude, you have projects. Why can't I just have 5 different Notion AI personalities? One for threads, one for content creation, or like writing articles, writing scripts for my videos, or something else. It should just offer that. Maybe strategic thinking. But in this case, my main one is going to be here. Now, what makes this really cool and powerful is that this is just another page in Notion. So we're going to go to it right now. This is the brain behind this AI. And as you can see, there's a lot of content here. And I'm going to tell you how I got there, but I just want to point out, like, this is just a page. So I could come in here and add information, remove information. I have full flexibility to do whatever I want, however I want with this entire page. And you could have sub pages in here. You could do so much. Like the sky is the limit. But for me, I basically just have one page that has a lot of valuable content in here. I'm going to tell you how I got all this. But my kind of big no is just, I really wish I could have multiple separate pages for different agents that could do different things. That would be way more useful than just having this one. But in this case, that's what we have right now. So what I did to get here was I basically went to Claude. Maybe you could do this in Notion with their just like a regular page, but I just submitted a ton of information. I told it the goal. I uploaded a ton of screenshots of content on Threads that was doing well. And if you're not on Threads, I'd recommend it. It's popping off right now. Organic is the best on any platform right now. And that may change at any moment, but they have a ton of users, more users than X. Anyway, I went through and just took all the screenshots of everything I posted that did really well as just give it a lot of my tone and voice and just basically copy and paste a lot of what I publish into Claude that then made this like structured system that basically says agent overview, memory and context, purpose and identity, core functions, target audience, content pillars. As you can see, everything here is guided. What's really cool too is as you're developing more within Notion, you could actually tell it to add certain things to this page, which you would call instructions or memory. You could tell it just through the chat and say, hey, make sure you add this information into the page, and it can do that. So as you can see, there is so much that it can pull from, which makes its ability to generate new content and new ideas for me really, really valuable. So a lot here, and we could talk more on that. But for now, I'm going to go back here and just take a look at my agent here. Now, you could come in here and they have some like pre-built agents that you could use at any time. And sometimes when I am trying to do different work, I will just come in here and select one of these and say, just use the sidekick right now and then go back. But it's just like, I just wish instead of it being like more of a big decision, it was just more of a minor decision. Just be like, oh, which agent do you want to use? Oh, I want to use sidekick. It's kind of like 3 layers in before you could do it. So we're good there. What I'm going to do is basically walk through it and say, I'd like to create, let's do it like this. I'd like to create 20 new posts around vibe coding using our best principles and threads, and then make sure you add it to the content queue once they're ready to go. All right, so I don't know if I necessarily need to say you need to add it to the content queue here, but I did just for the sake of it. And in a moment, I will show you how you can actually build a database like this, but I just want to show you the power of this. This is where like creating content, creating databases, creating systems, or pushing things out are really scalable. And one thing I didn't mention that's really powerful here as well is that you could actually set a people system where you could basically say, for example, in this, if I had more people on my team specifically around threads, I could say, if it's ever a question about editing the video, tag this person. If it's ever a question about the content, tag David. And if it's ever a question about whatever, tag this person. So that way the agent knows your team and can tag the right people in the database that it builds. Insane. That's the type of stuff that is like surprisingly delightful in the software that just really makes it phenomenal. So here we go. This is all set. It's able to edit on this page, and I'm just going to hit this button to get started. And now it's starting to create content, which is really cool. And I'm actually going to move it to the sidebar so you can see a little bit more and see everything it's doing. So while it's doing that, I'm just going to give it a second, and you're going to start to see this build up new content. So I recently had it delete a lot of stuff because it was generating some stuff I didn't like. But as you can see here, it's adding in posts right now, literally creating posts for me. This is so insane. Now, what's really cool is I've built it into a system where basically I could come in here. This is the post, say vibe coding rule. Let AI write the boring parts so you can obsess over the fun parts. AI should handle crude screens, auth boilerplate, repetitive API wiring. You handle UX flows, constraints, business logic. That's great. Has 2 little tags. That's awesome. Like it's like a 60-40. It's cool. It's not like life-changing, but it's cool. I'm not mad at it. Then what I'll do is, depending on the post and what happens, it says ready to post right now. When I hit publish, it'll remove it from this database. So it'll like hide it. Or it's still there, but the filter will just not show it anymore. And then I could score it. So I set up a scoring system. And again, I had the AI add a tab that's a score so that when you generate new content, you see how I scored the last work you did. It's insane, dude. This is just like wild. So I'd come in here and be like, maybe this one I'd say is okay or good, depending on how many edits I did. If I do a lot of edits, I might not keep it, but boom, I just come in here, copy this, and then I go into threads, or I use a tool called Typefully to schedule posts. I put it in there, I might edit it a bit and then schedule it, and then boom, be good to go. Once it's done, I'll say published, and then it will leave the database. And we're good to go. So just like that, it's working right here. It's asking me delete pages. I don't know which, do you want to continue? Sure, delete whatever page it needs to delete. I don't know if there's a certain page. Not mad at it, but it's doing its work. Now, this is just a database that is built out, really advanced, and now it's able to create content at scale. And then I could go in there and continue to scope it, see what I like, don't like, give it more thoughts, advice. I asked it specifically for vibe coding stuff, but if I want to talk about YouTube content, whatever, it's able to do that, which is amazing. So Replit versus base 44 versus cursor. So the posts here, if you can think it, you can build it. Replit is best overall. Base is fun to learn. Cursor and Claude Code is great if you understand code. Lovable is okay. I might change that because I think Lovable is better now, but that is kind of it. Because when I told it before, I told it I didn't like Lovable. So I understand exactly why it's saying that. But that's great. I think that's a great post to like work with, especially for threads and the type of audience I'm building there, which is so cool. So it knows how to think. It knows the audience. It knows what I'm after. It knows the goal. It knows what's worked. It knows what hasn't worked. It knows how to ask questions. There's so much content that I have in this that it pulls from. Do you need this much? Not necessarily, but this allows you to just really get the most from the entire tool and the entire experience. I want to show you another database, and in that, we're going to build a database, and then after that, I'm going to show you an intake form and how I use that with my team and manage it. So you can skip around if you need, but this is the basic gist of it. And I know I'm already shows 14 minutes into this video, but there's just so much to talk about. So I'm just trying to provide as much value as possible. One more thing before we get to this next database, because this next one's going to be way more complex. And again, Notion built all of it. But these features, like these 4 or 5 buttons right here, are so powerful. So you could build automations, which we're going to look at. And so if something happens here, you could you could trigger an email, you could trigger someone to get tagged, you could trigger a lot of different things to happen based on what's happening in the database. So for example, you could come in here and create, like for myself, I could create a bunch of posts. Maybe I find 10 that I really like, but I want my editor to review them. I don't want to review them. I could potentially switch the status of those 10, and then my editor will get notified of those 10 being ready to review, and then go from there. It's insane. There's so much to talk about. I keep thinking of stuff. But let's go in here. There's a lot of there's just so much you could do here when it comes to how you filter, how you sort, how you organize the information. You could group it in special ways depending on which factor you want to include. And just again, as a major note, like this whole thing, let me just click on one of these. All these boxes here, all these items, these field items, are things we selected and added in. And so if you want more, you could add more properties. If you want to get rid of some, you can get rid of some. They're all generated based on what I asked the AI to build, which was just insane. Now, let's take a look here. I work with a client and I host their YouTube channel. And so this is a way for me to show them what's happening, show them my ideas. They could approve ideas. I'll get an email notification when an idea is approved. That way I can go script the video, record it, publish it on their channel, which has over 120,000 subscribers. And so this whole process is freaking gold, and it's all done for me. It was all built with Notion. There were just some things I gave it as guides and direction and what I wanted, but it was able to build all of it. So let me give you a lay of the land. First of all, we have a bunch of different views. This is the actual publishing calendar. This is like more of a calendar actual view, so they could just see, because we publish basically every Friday, where the videos are, and I could like move this up if I need to, which it actually updates the property as well for that. And then we got some more content to fill here. You can see this idea was canceled, so I'll need to get a new idea here. If an idea is like, hey, they like the idea, they could hit approve, and I will get an email in my inbox, which is insane, saying that this idea has just been approved. And that was just a button that I created for this specific system. There's a production pipeline here, so you could kind of see where everything is at in the process. Beautiful, clean, organized. And then this is the editor's dashboard. So I'm able to give this to my clients because I work with my editor directly. And then on the back end, my editor is able to come in here and see videos that need to get edited and be able to take those videos to the next step. When they're ready, they can go from edit to ready to review or ready to publish. And then when they are published and they're live, they could check off that they're published. All of this was built by Notion AI. So I'm going to walk you through how to create your own database like this and do your own thing. And we have filters in place, we have automations in place, and then we also have, obviously, all these pages have their own way of bringing in information. Oh, this one's useful, and we're going to talk about this at the end, but this is really useful. So this is their intake form if they have an idea for a future video, rather than them emailing. They can just come in. This is like the back end of the form, but if I hit preview, you'll see here, it'll take them to the form here. Basically, they have this page. They could come in here and say, hey, David, I'd love a video on whatever topic. It's a long format. It's a high priority. I'd love for it to go live by the 27th or whatever. Submit. They send it. I'll get an email notification that they submitted that. And that way, if they do have ideas, basically this allows us to have all our content ideas in Notion versus in random emails that get lost. You know this. Emails get lost everywhere all the time. And this is a way that we could have everything in one place. Now, 2 quick notes before we go back into building and start building out our first database. Okay, first and foremost, if you are a startup, an entrepreneur, a founder, you want to go from starting your business to exit right here, definitely check out Notion for startups. You get a huge discount if you get started. And if you use that first link down below, it would mean so much to me because you're going to get a great deal. And at the same time, it is an affiliate link. So If you got value from this video, it'll mean a lot. And if you did like the hook at the beginning of this video, my own software company, Hook Faster, is available for you to write powerful hooks, whether it's for written or video. This is a tool I actually use to generate the hook that you just watched to get this far in the video that I definitely recommend. The proof is in the pudding. I would definitely recommend if you ended up watching this far. Now, let's get back into this. So that's the form. I could add more fields. What's cool is these forms, the submission is tied to every correct property. So then the video type, if I go back here, just look at this, right? Video title, description, video type, and priority. If I go into one of these and take a look, let's just go here. We have these properties. So the actual title is this, and then we have the priority here, which is the same three, right? And then the type of video, let me see where that's at. I feel like I'm just overlooking it. Status, video type, here we go. So what type of video is it? They all are listed here as well. So they match up to each other perfectly. Again, so I'm not doing any extra work. They're not doing any extra work. If they have an idea, they could just submit it right away. We go from there. Now, let's do this. I'm just gonna create a new page and do new database. Perfect. You can name it, you could leave it, whatever you like. All right, so what should we build? So I'm gonna do this, and these are gonna be pro tips as we go through it. So I wanna do a planning strategy session with you right now on creating the best database for managing creating thumbnails. Every time I create a thumbnail, I have to have a specific title for my YouTube. Oh, and this is for my YouTube channel. So I'll need my title. I might have 2 or 3 variations of titles. And then for the thumbnail, I do need to kind of have a concept for it, as well as like max 4 words. Usually we try to keep like 2 to 4 words on the thumbnail, and then some type of expression for the thumbnail, whether it's any of the top 6 emotions like happy, sad, mad, excited, those type of emotions. So I want to create a very simple database that can help keep track of this, and we're going to connect it to our production pipeline database inside the account, because every one of those videos are going to need thumbnails, and we may generate variations of thumbnails as well. So I don't know if that matters in our process, and we generate everything in Figma in one huge file. So we don't necessarily need a spot for the links, but let's just start to plan what each property would be, what the views will be. Give me a high level overview, strategize the best for me, and we'll put that all together. Now, just as a note, you just saw me kind of like read all that out. I use an app called Whisperflow, which just basically transcribes everything I just said, as you could see, into bullet points. It makes it really, really beautiful, which is great. A few kind of notes here as we get started. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch this to create your own sidekick, warm and friendly, simple and efficient. I'm gonna do simple and efficient. The big thing here, did I change it? Yeah, there it is. I changed it. Okay. So the big thing here, this is not now my Threads assistant. This is why this is annoying. The reason I changed it to simple here is just like AI tends to do more than you think or you need at times. And so that's like okay in some ways, but I don't want to overdo it. And I know I explained a lot. I don't think you need to explain as much as I did, but that's why I use Whisperflow, because it allows you to just talk, which if I try to type all of that, it would have taken so long. So let's begin. And I do just want to remember if I said this, please don't create anything until I approve it. That is a pro tip as well. I mean, it could, and you could just delete it, but in my case, I just prefer to see what it's going to do before it does it, so that I'm not wasting a lot of time going back and forth, kind of going through this process. All right, so let's take a look here. So core properties, name, video title v1, video title v2. Okay, maybe. Video relation to your production pipeline. So here's my production pipeline database. It's so simple. Remember, I just try to keep some internal stuff more simple. With editor, ready for revisions, recording. That's it. And then published. You can just see there's a bunch of stuff published. Okay, let's go back here. So yes, I would like it to connect there. Status. simple options, idea, InDesign, sent for review, approve, live, killed. That's awesome. This is a good use case of like, it's just too much. I don't have such an in-depth system. One day I might, that I need like 7 steps. There's no way I'm going to go through 7 steps. It's basically like, I don't even think I'd do idea. I would just do like InDesign. That would be the same for me. And then sent for review. Not really. I just do InDesign, live, and killed. I just kind of do those 3. So I'm going to tell it that right now. Yes, that's perfect. And I think number 4, I want it to be AI generated, and then also have an option to fill in yourself, which is, again, we haven't talked about. Concept, 1 or 2 sentences. Yeah, that's great. Emotion, that's great. Because you might have 2-3 options per thumbnail, use 3 text fields, simpler than a separate database. Over-engineered essays. I don't know if I understand but that's okay. Views that make it usable by status per video. No, that's too much. Approved live. No, I'm gonna change that. So, okay, let's do this. I just want it to be simple. So let's do this. Okay, so let's work on a few things. For status, for number 3, I just want 3 status options: InDesign, live, and killed. That's it. For thumbnail words, I almost want 2 options here. One that is AI generated, and then one that is the ability for me to add and edit. And it's going to always be based off the title. So there should be a spot for the actual title of the video, which I don't know if that's the title of the page. Let's make sure that's clear. That would be great. And then for views, I would like more of a view that is like this, like a board or something that would show the actual thumbnail. If I could upload an image, 1 per like database item, that would be ideal for us to build. That would be awesome. And I will say, anything that has like different statuses where you select like the simple options for status or selecting, I would love emojis before the word, so it's a little bit more visually appealing and makes more sense overall. So that sounds good. So I would just want one database that is more of a list that's beautiful, and then another view that's more like a board that shows the thumbnail image as a preview for each one. That would be awesome. Perfect. Love it. Don't you love that? That's such a valuable tool. All right, so that's submitted. Now it's doing some thinking. There we go. Look at that. That was so fast. Boom. InDesign, live, killed. I love it. Use the trash can for that. That's awesome. The 6 emotions right here. That's great. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. You can build it now on this page. Do you want for your question, I prefer number 2. Sorry, and I'll cut some of the dead time in this video a little bit, but this is awesome. Check this flow out. This is powerful. So it's building, okay, pondering, searching, doing all its work, connecting to the production pipeline, which is amazing. Found 99 results. This is awesome. It has access to my calendar, has access to my email, all that good stuff, which is just so powerful. Actually, while this loads, I don't want to miss it, but oh yeah, we're just going to enjoy it. I'm not going to skip ahead. We are just going to enjoy this. What are you building here, dude? Tell me what you're building. Okay. All right, let's go. Still building, giving it a sec. Already handled these 2 tasks. Perfect, built it. This is now the thumbnails page. What you have, properties, all set. Views, you have multiple views. So I have this list view and this preview view. This is great. You see that? That's where they visually look, show up. So let's do new. All right, so best system. Okay, let me see. Wait. So this, I actually wanted to be AI autofill. Yeah. So I could just tell it to do that, but then we could start to work on it. But you can see here, it's going to start to like generate this visually for me, everything I need. I can select the emotion. And then this is where it's cool. This is like where it's really powerful. Like, okay, so I'm publishing a video called The Best VoIP Phone Systems for Small Businesses in 2026. I want to generate 3 variations. If you could build out as much as you can to prep the designer before he creates the videos, that'd be great. And I will make a note that for the properties, the actual, let me see, which one was this? The AI title that should be suggested by AI is not currently turned on with the AI feature. And so if we could use the actual AI feature, that would be awesome for coming up with custom information, which would be like using the best practices in terms of how to generate a title that people would make it irresistible for people to click on. That would be incredible. And then for the words on the thumbnail as well that are generated by AI, I want you to do the same thing and just make it like the most potent words. 2 to 4 words are ideal. The less the better would be great, and that the words don't repeat. So if it's in the title, it doesn't need to be on the thumbnail. They should complement each other in a really powerful way. So if you could update the properties to match that and then generate 3 variations for my video, that would be awesome. You guys might like Whisperflow more before you like Notion, but all of this works together in such a cool way. So it's going to get to work. Let me just show you a little bit of the lay of the land on the background, what I'm doing. So I have my production pipeline here, and this is really powerful because right here I have my editor who's working on this video right now. Again, it's not like overly built. This is something I built 5 years ago. The script should be here. But what's cool is there's a sponsor brief. So I have every sponsor fill out a form that's in a different database, which is here. And so you can see SEMrush is right here. And they gave me all this like information about what they want me to focus on, how I create my account, all that good stuff around the actual sponsorship. And then it's linked in this video here. So sponsor brief, boom. Do you see how they just like brought them in there? It just right away takes them to that core info, which is awesome. Really powerful, so cool. You can add more pages if you want, remove a page, but you come in here, any page that's in there, you can connect it to here, and then boom, everything is in there. You have the actual video file here linked as well. So now this is my entire production pipeline that I could use to push out core videos. Like this video, I'm just recording, I'm just doing it on my own. I don't need my editor to edit it. So I don't necessarily need to add it in here, but I have a whole workflow. And now we're adding thumbnails. So you could see there's properties here. Nothing's showing up for thumbnails yet. So let me see what we could do. Okay, here we go. So in design are the 3 variations for VoIP. So this is what it came up with. So stop overpaying for the text. That's awesome. And then stop overpaying for VoIP in 2026. Now it did repeat words, so I would have to hone in on that a little bit more. I don't know if this is AI auto-generated. It's not. Final thumbnail, stop overpaying. Okay, so I gotta rework final thumbnail words. I gotta rework this a little bit because it's kind of coming in with like different ideas. Here's where I'd add the image once it's done. Let me see, I probably have a thumbnail I could choose from. Yeah, I just uploaded some. So let me just select this just so you can see it. Boom. And then it's gonna show the thumbnail. So there is a little bit of work to do here, but it's just a repeat because I asked for some very unique instructions that I just need to clear out. But honestly, this is great. Like this is fully built out. Let me see, video pipeline, best VoIP phone systems. So it's here. It's funny to me. This is the video, right? And then sponsor brief website. I'm curious why I don't see it on this side. Not a big deal, but that's okay. So it's all there. Boom, that's the image. Stop paying, title edit, title suggested, cool. Video title. Again, I don't know why there's 3 of them, but we'll figure that out. I would just kind of communicate here with the AI and say something like, hey, so I'm seeing that there's 3 different titles in one database item. I don't really need 3 titles. I just need 1 title that would be provided by me and maybe a second one that would be like AI generated, but that's more important, I think, in terms of, yeah, I would like a second one that's AI generated. And then when it comes to the words on the actual thumbnail, I would like the AI to custom choose those words. And I did mention that it should have a custom rule that says the words on the thumbnail should not repeat the same words in the title, but complement it. Boom. Okay, so let's see what it does to update this. But honestly, like so far, I think this is really powerful. I like this kind of, and then here, this is great. There's one more layout I'm gonna select. Table, timeline, feed. Feed is interesting. List. I wanted a list view. This feels like a table. So interesting. Or describe a view. That's great. Yeah, list is more beautiful. So I'm going to have it do that. I'm going to delete it and create a new list view for it. Cool. So let's see this and let's see what it did here. Click into this. Okay, now it's simplified it. So one is regular. So these are AI generated. Fill in. Yeah, I got to just work this. It looks like this part is not controllable. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but as of right now, it's not selecting custom info, where here I would say, make sure that the words here complement the title, and it should be anywhere between 2 to 4 words and 4 words max anytime we do this, and it should never repeat. The word should never repeat what's in the title. It should complement. Try on the page. Cool. Try again. It says cut cost now, save big now. So it's really focused on the save at angle, which is cool. Turn on auto update. Perfect. So now it's going to do that for any of these that it generates automatically. So that's great. So if I go here, you're going to see real tests. I tested the top VoIP phone system for small business. Real test. Awesome. Cool. The winner. That's great. Yeah. Best VoIP for small business 2026. 7 options ranked. I don't know if I need pros and cons, but the winner. That's great. Like literally, that's great. That's right in line with this, which is awesome. It gives me kind of this concept here. Look is mad. Don't know why I'm mad, but I'm mad for some reason. All right. So cool. Now we've built this database and we're able to use it. If I want to share it, I just come in here, start writing in some emails of the people I want to share it with on my team, and I will have full ability to do that. If I do want to add a form here, I can do that. And as you can see, it's so straightforward to use with the power of databases, with the power of what you can build and then automate. There's just so much you could do. I think when it comes to the most authentic experience of content creation in your own voice, tone, and not sounding like AI, I still go to Claude directly. I don't trust Notion yet at the level that I need it, especially because the personalities, there's just one, and I would way prefer if there were more instead of just one. And also custom agents would be great to generate and create. OpenClaw is doing that for me right now, where I wish I could do this in Notion more, but it's just not an option yet. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you got value from this, we covered a lot today. Definitely check out Notion for startups if you are a startup and sign up with the link down below. And if you do want to learn how to generate hooks and have winner hooks, I use this tool. This is my tool over the next 12 months, if not way longer, that I'm going to put a lot of energy into building, because it's already helping me see more virality in all my content, which means I'm able to help more people build impact, and I love it all. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.